All right, what do you call yourselves? Like, what do you call yourself?
A person.
Do you go by, like, when people
Hikers.
call you person, or what would they call you if they met you?
Like a person.
Like a
Like a name or a trail name or something like that? This is great. This is the best answer to this question by far. Yeah. What is your name?
I'm Sabrina.
Okay.
I'm Arian.
All right.
Yeah.
And where were you living before you were out on this hiking adventure?
Well, I'm living in Canada, in Quebec.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, same.
same, Quebec, like Quebec City or Montreal? Or?
Yeah, Quebec City.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
we both study there.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what are you passionate about?
Well, I do like hiking.
Okay.
Otherwise, I like sports and like health and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not really.
I like reading and literature and stuff like that and nature, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, traveling.
Okay.
Traveling is a good
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we do travel a lot.
What do you think of the Pacific Crest Trail and the Tahoe Rim Trail? Like, what are your thoughts on those? And maybe could each one of you share like a story from your trip hiking on this trip?
Yeah. Just let me think about one.
Sure.
Yeah, what do I think of it?
Well, like, what do you think about it, or
Yeah.
just something, or you can talk
Yeah.
about like something crazy that's happened, or something I don't know, cool that's happened, something
Yeah.
boring that's happened. I
You
don't know.
can tell the story. I'm gonna say what I think about
what's
it.
the-
Well, what do you
Okay.
think? What do you
Yeah.
think about it?
I think it's pretty cool to do because it's what your body is designed to do. It's like you're just walking all day and eating and sleeping, and it just feels like that's what you're supposed to be doing.
It doesn't feel very long. Like you can like whole day and you won't notice like the time. And then if you're working back home or something like that, it's just like you're always looking at the time and you're just like,
Yeah.
when am I done? And then
Because sometimes it kind of sucks, but when it sucks, it's the nice part. Because then, like, if you get wet or you're not or you're hurt, when you get like in a tent or just in a bed, you're like, that's the best thing ever.
and then just like after you appreciate little things. So like when you go in town, you're just like, oh, food. Oh, I have a bed. Oh, I have a shower. And like usually
Yeah.
back home, you're just like, oh yeah, that's like
Just
normal
mosquitoes
stuff.
and
Yeah,
getting,
yeah.
getting in a tent when there's good mosquitoes, you're like, this is the best thing.
Right on. And how did you end up like on this trip? Did it, like, have you both like done a lot of
That's
backpacking?
because of her. She was like, oh, do you want to go hiking? And I was like, hey, yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you been out for?
A month maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much more do you have?
Just a few days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you call yourself?
I don't call myself it, but some people call me Horse Seducer.
Okay. And Horse Seducer, where were you living before you were on the Pacific Crest Trail?
I was back in Dublin, Ireland, where it rains a lot more than here.
Okay. And gosh, I forget the questions I was supposed to ask. Horse Seducer, what are you passionate about?
What am I passionate about? Good question. I've realised I like hiking. I don't love it. So I'm passionate about it, but not too passionate. Passionate about sports, soccer, from my American colleagues here and viewers. World War II history, strange one. And food. I do like food quite a lot. Potatoes. It's stereotype, but it's very true.
That's good. I like
Yeah,
potatoes too.
fry them, boil them, mash them, do what you want.
Okay. And that's great. You're passionate about potatoes. That's awesome. That's a great answer. What are your thoughts on the PCT?
Pretty spectacular. I mean, I didn't know much about it before. I was traveling for a bit and I'd watched the movies. But in terms of hiking, it's by far the longest I've ever hiked. So the main reason I'm here is you meet people of all demographics and nationalities and whatever. And California, because I'm stopping here, I've only seen California and you get everything. So it's spectacular, yeah.
Do you have a story maybe you could share about something that's happened, or something interesting, or scary, or fun, or
Ooh.
crazy, or I don't know, any like some sort of story from the PCT?
Talk about putting me on the spot. Okay, so this horse walks up to me and no, okay. I would say probably someone in Whitney. This has probably been used by previous interviewees, but that was the first time we used an ice axe, which was not very wise because we left at midnight to ascend Whitney in very icy, snowy, dangerous conditions. But from what I believe, if the rumors are true, it's the highest point in the US bar Alaska. Having said that, Alaska has like 8 peaks higher than it. So anyway, but who cares about Alaska? So it was pretty spectacular going up that, seeing the Milky Way. Like I haven't seen the Milky Way in years because of light pollution in Dublin. So seeing the Milky Way going up was something else, and all the flashlights and headlamps of people behind was spectacular.
Okay, and what brought you here? Like, have you done a lot of backpacking in the past, or how do you end up on the PCT?
I got lost. I took a year out from work in September to go traveling for a year, so I did 6 months in Asia, and then I came out here. Around halfway through backpacking through Asia, I realized I like hiking. I would only ever done 2-week hikes. That was the longest before. So I thought, why not do something different for the second 6 months and a different experience, really. So I'm glad I did, even if it was for a video interview, of which I'm going to get $20 for. So.
There's no contract.
You promised that.
Cool. What do you call yourself?
Yeah, I get it.
Captain
I'm
Jack.
out here. I'm like, man, I need to
Trail
do
name.
Hi.
My government name's
I did this shit
Jackson.
when
And Captain Jack, where were you living before you were on the Pacific Crest Trail?
I've been to Yellowstone.
Appleton, Wisconsin.
It's dope.
Okay.
it's cool.
And
I think
Captain Jack, what are you
if you like
passionate
hiking,
about?
I think it's definitely key to like get out of your car a little bit.
I guess the
because,
outdoors,
like,
obviously. I'm
driving
hiking
around there can be, like,
PCT.
really frustrating. There's
The
just, like,
last couple
constant
days I've
traffic
been
and stuff.
applying for
But if you
jobs,
just, like, walk,
teaching,
like, a
so
mile
it's
away
not a
from
big
your
one.
roads, it's incredible.
Because
And, like, the
now that I've
walking
been hiking
is,
for a while, I'm like,
like,
yeah,
it's
I
insane
actually
how much
do
stuff
want
you
to
see
start
there.
my
Like,
career in that, so
last
it's
time
been
I
nice
was
for
there, we
that.
went
So
on a backpack
teaching,
trip. It was
hiking,
probably 5 miles, like not very far.
I don't know. Actually,
and,
those
like,
are the
in
2
one
big ones at
day,
the moment.
You see
so.
like
Oh, that's
bison,
cool.
grizzly bear.
What do you think of the
baldies.
Pacific
Oh,
Crest
yeah.
Trail?
I love it. It's unbelievable.
elk,
Like, it's an experience
so
I've
much,
never had.
and it's
I always take the
it's
time
definitely a
to.
very unique place. And,
I take my time
the
walking
crowded
through it
places
because
with,
I'm
like, the
an
guides and
experienced
stuff,
guy.
they are
Like
crowded, but I mean,
the
this
trail
is
will always
cool.
be there, but
I mean,
like
there's nowhere else like that
if
out
someone's
there.
like, oh, I need help
Just
today
that many
doing
crazy
this or
geysers
that,
and, like,
I'll be like,
beautiful.
oh, I'll help you. I was a ranch hand for a day. I helped stack wood for a day and just did a bunch of odd jobs cleaning. I helped one angel family here, like collect the lime scooters and recharge them in the night and the morning. It's like I'm always down for like cool little interesting experiences.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And
that's what the trail provides.
is there any like story you want to share? Anything crazy that happened, or fun, or I don't know. I mean, that was a good story too. But I don't know.
The hitchhikes are always super interesting.
Okay.
One of my favorite stories was that.
And he came into our camp.
So my friends had gotten there earlier. They'd woken up super early. I was like, I'm gonna sleep in. I get down. They'd been trying to get a hitch for like an hour and a half. I walk down there. 5 minutes later, like we're joking around every time we do it, like a stream crossing. We'd roll up the shorts and be like, make it sexy. So I'm out there trying to get a hitchhike for like 5 or 7 minutes. So as a joke, we're like, make it sexy. 2 cars pull up. As soon as I do that, one of them happened to be Mrs. Santa, Mrs. Claus.
Okay.
Or Mrs. Santa, and it was some sort of
Yeah, I don't know.
girls can be Santa thing.
Taco place around the corner.
And another one ended up,
But,
she looked kind of, I gave her a binocular pat down, and was like, ooh, I'm gonna go with this nice elderly looking lady. And sure enough, the friends who ended up getting a hitch from that lady, they asked her what she did. She's like, oh, I'm an escort. She's like, and then she goes, oh, do you mind if I smoke in here?
Yeah.
They're like, no, we don't really care.
Yeah.
She pulls out a grab bong and just hits a grab bong, driving down the highway. Yeah, like speeding. I was just like, yeah, that was a good judgment call. Glad I didn't decide to go with her.
Right.
But there are always just so many interesting stories and people you meet out here.
Right on. And how did you end up out here? Have you done like a lot of backpacking in the past, or is this your first? Like, or how did you end up on the PCT?
This is my first long distance trail. I've
Okay.
done like in college. Me and my roommates would usually go out on some sort of camping road trip, or we'd spend like a week out in the Boundary Waters. So I definitely got more passionate about it in high school. Well, in later, I guess in college more so. Why I'm out here, I chose the PCT because I love the mountains and I'm afraid of ticks. So the AT was not really a good choice for that.
Right.
And I'm from Wisconsin, so like I see a bunch of trees. I've been hiking out in trees and stuff like that all the time. But Wisconsin's highest elevation is under 2,000 feet, so being able to climb like Mount Whitney and see the mountain ranges in the High Sierra, like totally makes sense.
Right on.
Like John Miro is a Wisconsin kid who came out west and kind of loved it, so I get it.
Right.